Every year at the time of annual appraisal, all the employees at Dish TV are rated on the organizational values. The purpose of this video is to educate you on how the value ratings are being used to reach at some very important decisions that impact the lives of all the employees at Dish TV. Let's first start with a quick look at our organizational values. We at Dish TV have 8 values in total. All these values are together called as the Dish TV House of Values. This House of Values is divided into 3 categories. The first category are the foundational values, which represent the base of the house. Customer first, collaboration, and respect, humility, and integrity are part of this particular category. The second category are the operational values, which represent the pillars of the house. Speed and agility, solving big problems, and being frugal belong to this category. And the third and the last category is aspirational values, which represent the roof of the house. Bhag, which stands for big, hairy, audacious goals, and innovation belong to this last category. Every year at the end of annual appraisal, all the employees are rated on these 8 values. In order to understand what decisions are taken based on the value ratings, we also need to understand both the value and KRA rating scales. Let's begin with the performance rating scale. It is from 1 to 5. 1 is much below expectation. 2 is does not meet expectation. 3 is meets expectation. 4 is exceeds expectation, and 5 is exceptional performance. On the other hand, value rating scale is from 0 to 3. 0 means that you do not live that value. 1 means that you partially live that value. 2 means that you live that value. And 3 means that you not only live but also teaches that value. Teaching means that you propagate that value amongst your colleagues and the professional groups within the organization. Since there are 8 values in total, and maximum that can be scored in each value is 3, maximum that can be scored in all the 8 values is 24. So let's look at the scale for all the 8 values. 0 to 6 doesn't live. 7 to 12 partially lives. 13 to 18 lives, and 19 to 24 teaches. So essentially, the scale for all 8 values becomes 0 to 24, whereas for a single value, it is 0 to 3. Value ratings along with performance ratings are used to create a 9-box matrix in which all the employees are divided in 9 categories. Decisions are taken for each category, which are different based on the characteristics of each category. Let us see how it is done. On x-axis, performance or KRA rating is taken. 1 and 2 below expectation. 3 meets expectation. 4 and 5 exceeds expectation. Similarly, on y-axis, value ratings are taken. 0 and 6 and 7 and 12 are taken together as 0 to 12 for doesn't live and partially live values. 13 to 18 for lives values, and 19 to 24 for teaching values. Let's take the lowest 2 ratings on both the axes. Below expectations on x-axis and doesn't live or partially live on y-axis. All the employees with these ratings are put in a red box, which is known as laggards. The dictionary meaning of laggard is a person who makes slow progress or fall behind others. Diagonally opposite to this is high on performance as well as high on values. This category is called as the stars. Of course, stars are the most valued employees of the organization. Next is the category which is maximum on value ratings but lowest on performance ratings. These are called braggers. Braggers are the people who make big claims but in reality don't work much. Since the value ratings are high but KRA rating is low, it is more likely that they are showing off values but are not really working. Diagonally opposite to this is the category with highest performance rating but least value ratings. These are called as mercenaries. In olden days, mercenaries were the soldiers who would fight for any kingdom who would pay them more. Basically, mercenaries are people who just work for money and are not bothered about anything else. For example, employees who would achieve their targets but not bother about coordinating with others, not bothered about customers, or do not care for processes, etc. Right at the center is the category which is average in both value and performance ratings. This is called solid performers. Above it is the category with highest value ratings but average on performance. It is called as value champions. Exact opposite of this is the category with highest performance rating and average on values. It is called performance champions. Next is the category which is average in value ratings and minimum in performance ratings. It is called performance strugglers. And last category is average in performance and minimum in value ratings. They are called value strugglers. Now let's look at the actions taken on the employees falling into different categories. Let's start from the lowermost category, laggards. There are two sorts of employees in this category. First, who receive a KRA rating of 1 and the other get a KRA rating of 2. The ones getting KRA rating of 1 are separated from the system and those getting a rating of 2 are put on PIP. Above this category are performance strugglers and braggers. Both of them are low on performance or KRA rating. That's why they are put on PIP as well. Of course, all these decisions of separation and PIP are not taken blindly. The managers, skip managers and HOD reviews are taken before reaching onto these decisions. On the other hand, value strugglers and mercenaries are giving good performance, but they are very low on value scores. No doubt, the organization values such high-performing employees. That's why it invests time and energy in such employees by providing them one-to-one value coaching. Employees from star category, preferably from the same department, are engaged to provide one-to-one counseling to these individuals on how to improve on the values they have been rated low in. Specific assignments and tasks are given to them to be able to help them to improve on these values. Then comes solid performance, value champions, and performance champions. Since they are good in both KRA and value ratings, they are recognized for their efforts in one way or the other. The topmost categories of the stars, they're excellent in both KRA and value rating. That's why they are rewarded in the form of appraisals, awards, and company-wide recognition. In short, the action taken for first column and last row categories, that is the lowest categories, is rectification. Here, it should also be taken into notice that employees in these categories will not be promoted for that year. Case in point are the mercenaries. Despite the fact that they are highest on KRA ratings, they will not be promoted as their value ratings are low. However, performance champions and obviously the stars would be preferred for promotion over the mercenaries despite the same KRA ratings. Same is for value strugglers. Despite the fact that they are good in performance, they will not be promoted because their value ratings are very less. The action meted out to the middle categories is recognition and to the topmost category is reward.